You're listening to Real Talk Texas on 570 KLIF News and Information. Now, live in studio, your host, local real estate expert Steve Hakes.
Welcome to Real Talk Texas. Real Talk Texas is a forum where we bring in local experts from the DFW market and have them provide insight into something that you might need, or you may know somebody that needs their services. And at Real Talk Texas, Paul Webb, our producer, he really goes out and vets out the best of the best in each industry that we're focusing on for the week. Last week, we talked about SBA loans, and we talked about how that government program really helps give loans to the thriving entrepreneurs here in the DFW marketplace. Today, as promised, our focus is on the military. And we really wanted to talk about all of the active duty people, the reservists, the veterans, and all the different services that are available. By watching the commercials, and it sounds like everybody has somebody that has served in the military or a relative that served in the military somewhere along the line. I myself went to Air Force Academy a long, long time ago. We invited into our studio today, we invited Bill Meili of Meili Law, ex-colonel. Or do you ever go ex-colonel, Bill, or is it just you're always a colonel? I never got that.
I don't put the X in front of it too much, Steve. No.
Okay, or retired?
These days it's Mr. Meili most of the time. But Thank you. I appreciate you, and thanks for your service as well.
Great. And so Bill's been a licensed attorney for 30 years. He's owned Meili Law for the last 21 years. And you can find him at MeiliLaw.com or on his Facebook page, and that's Meili spelled M-E-I. L-I. So anyway, also you can, he has also served 26 years for our country, and as a active and a reservist as a judge advocate. So great service for us, a great resource. I've known Bill for some time, and he's got some great insight as to what's going on today with our military people and some of the things that are going on with a unique kind of a military we have today versus back when we used to declare war and go fight the war and come home and that would be it, right? Right. So we'll get into that a little bit with Bill as we go forward. Also in the studio today, we've got Geni Manning of the Geni Manning Team in Plano, Frisco area. She really services the whole DFW Metroplex. She's got a fairly large team. And what I love about Geni's firm is she has the idea of breaking things down, and she has teams that focus on different areas. If you call her up and you say, hey, I'm a veteran, she has a group of people that focus on military. And with us today, we also have Crystal Weir of the Geni Manning Team. And her title is National Spokesman for the Geni Manning Team. She's also Director of Military Services. And Crystal's traveled extensively on the USO tour, so she's had some direct experience with our military. And she did that while she was a Dallas Cowboy Cheerleader in 2004 to 2006. And we'll talk about some of those experiences and how she served with the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders and how she's currently serving in the military through the Geni Manning Team. Myself, of course, I'm your best loan officer or best mortgage guy in the Metroplex. At an affiliated bank, of course, we offer veteran loans. We offer the Texas Vet program, which is a little unique. We also, I want to share some insightful stuff about getting grants for the disabled vets, which we're doing right now. So it's a pretty cool program. You want to stay tuned for that. So, Bill, let's just first start. I'd like to know more about Meili Law. If you just start off, what do you do at Meili Law?
Steve, I was a former prosecutor in Dallas County. I was with the Dallas DA's office from late 1980s to about 1992, 93, and then I opened up my practice, private practice of law in 1993. So it's been about 20 years now, in the 21st year. I do a combination of criminal defense work, state, federal, local criminal defense work, and military law. And for the past 10 years, I guess the lion's share of the practice has been with military personnel, officers, enlisted, active duty, and reserves primarily. One of the things that we're doing now, and we'll probably talk about a little bit later in a follow-on segment, is because of the drawdown, because the wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, drawing down, the budget problems, the budget shortfalls that we have, the military generally, not just the Army, but all the services are cutting way back. And part of that cutback is military personnel are being shown the door out of the service. When that happens to an active duty person who does not have a 20-year active retirement yet, if they have 18 years in, 17, 19, if they get kicked out of the military for either misconduct or poor performance or whatever it is, and the military personnel systems are culling their records to get rid of these people now, much more so than any time in the last 10 years, then they have no pension. They have no active duty retirement whatsoever, so they essentially leave with nothing. And obviously the consequence of that is severe for themselves and their families. So what I do and what I'm currently doing is I represent folks who have been identified for elimination in the services, and I represent them before the boards, the show cause boards. They call them field boards of inquiry. That's the fancy name for it, FBOI, military, great acronym source.
Yeah.
They're commonly known as show cause boards, and that's been a primary focus of my practice now for the past several years.
Throughout the show, we're also going to offer an additional service, which we've been doing lately, and that is you're going to have the ability to call the show or send a text to the show if you're looking for some help in any of these three areas, whether it be legal or real estate or finance. All you have to do is text the show that name or that word, and we'll get that in. You're listening to Real Talk Texas. And in the studio today, our topic is military and the services that surround the military and things that civilians are doing to help support our military and use some of the programs that are available out there. Bill Meili is really great at helping our military people navigate, I think is the term you've used before, where you navigate them through the process. Because as you know, if you've been in the military, there's a lot of forms and a lot of things to fill out and certain processes that must happen with any government agency. So stay tuned. We'll be back and we'll be talking some more on Real Talk Texas.